Welcome back to Euro Football Daily. The transfer window is almost shut, which means it's time to look at the 10 teams who have conducted the worst business this summer. Let's go. 10. Sheffield United. Last season, Sheffield United surprised everyone with their unique and dedicated brand of football that took them to the brink of European qualification. They even showed ambition in the market, shattering their own transfer record 3 times on the likes of Lys Mousset, Ollie McBurney and Sander Berge. However, all their newfound energy has been largely quelled by their recent lacklustre signings. Unable to bring back the hugely impressive Dean Henderson for another season, the Blades were forced to overspend €20 million on Bournemouth keeper Aaron Ramsdale. With the 15th worst save percentage in the Premier League last term, the 22-year-old has a lot to prove and huge gloves to fill. Besides Ramsdale, their remaining business has left a little to be desired. The untested duo of Jadon Bogle and Max Lowe arrived from Derby County, while Chris Wilder has decided to hand Premier League flop Oliver Burke another chance. However, there is hope Chelsea loanee Ethan Ampadu can finally get the minutes he needs. The race for Europe looks tougher than ever this season, so all things considered, Sheffield United should accept survival being a rich reward instead. 9. FC Porto. Judging by their summer activity, FC Porto face a huge struggle to retain their current Liga NOS title. In typical fashion, they signed a young Brazilian forward named Evanilson for €7.5 million, who, knowing Porto, could develop into a future star. But back in his homeland, he has only made 26 top-flight appearances during a loan spell at Fluminense, so is relatively untested. In addition, they pinched Saidu Sanusi and Mehdi Taremi from various Portuguese minnows, but neither scream excitement. Fans of FC Porto have got used to seeing their biggest stars sold on, but even they would have been alarmed to see 18-year-old prodigy Fabio Silva sold to Wolves before being given a proper stint in the first team. They can point to the €40 million collected from his sale, but it's a worrying sign to see their academy sensations disappearing so soon. To make matters worse, Alex Telles looks almost certain to leave. In 1920, the left-back registered an astonishing 19 goal involvements in the league, and even scored twice and assisted once in their opening day victory against Braga. Without the Brazilian in their ranks, it could be a long old season for an inexperienced Porto 11. Before we go any further, just a quick reminder to subscribe to Euro Football Daily and hit that notification bell to never miss one of our fantastic top 10s. 8. PSG. It's hard to argue that last season's Champions League finalists, PSG, are going into the current campaign in better shape. Some of their outgoings on a senior and junior level will have been bitterly disappointing for the fans. Club legends Cavani, Thiago Silva and steady-hand Meunier all left following the ends of their deals, while academy stars Adel Aouchi and Tanguy Nianzou both rejected professional contracts to sign elsewhere. The fact Nianzou joined Bayern Munich, the side who shattered their European dreams, will have particularly hurt. Improvements to the squad haven't been significant either. Mauro Icardi signed permanently for £50 million after scoring 20 times for Le Parisien last season. But there are doubts whether he even makes the starting 11 once all options are available. Right-back Alessandro Florenzi also arrived on loan from Roma to little fanfare, while possible links with Dele Alli have received a mixed response in the French capital. Perhaps their greatest success will have been holding on to Kylian Mbappe and Neymar for another season. But without reinforcements behind them, it's hard to see how PSG can go one step further this time on the biggest stage of all. 7. Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer Leverkusen will be licking their wounds after a transfer window that has seen their main attacking threat clutched from their grasp. First went Kevin Volland, who departed to Monaco for €15 million, and then Kai Havertz, one of the brightest prospects in world football. The 21-year-old joined Chelsea for €80 million, having shone for Leverkusen over the past 2 years. In that time, he has consistently ranked in the top 10 in the Bundesliga for shot-creating actions, while in 18-19 he registered a massive 69 dribbles. But most importantly, he posted 39 goal involvements, which Leverkusen will have to find from elsewhere. That responsibility now falls to Patrick Schick, who joined Peter Bosch's outfit from Roma. His 10 goals won on loan at RB Leipzig last campaign may look impressive, but his €26 million fee is a lot of money for a forward who has only scored 15 times in the past 3 seasons. On to his 5th club in as many years, the Czech international still has a lot to prove. While this summer has been far from a disaster, Leverkusen fans might accept a top 4 push is beyond them for now. 6. Udinese. It's been 8 years since Udinese last finished in a European place, let alone in the top half of the table. And after this summer, we doubt that will change anytime soon. In a window where a surprising number of Italian clubs have made moves in the market, Udinese have been disappointingly static. With limited funds available, all they've been able to achieve are various free transfers and loan deals. including the unheralded Fenerbahce youngster Tolga Arslan and former Sheffield Wednesday star Fernando Forestieri. We could be completely wrong about Luzabretti's obscure additions, but while Transfermarkt gives them a combined market value of just over €6 million, we will take our chances. Talent has also left the club too. Promising fullback Giuseppe Pezzala has joined Parma permanently, while Seko Fofana moved to Lens for €8.5 million. It could get worse, with Leeds United continuing to be linked with their Argentine talisman Rodrigo de Paul. Valued at over €30 million, his departure would be a hammer blow to the Serie A regulars. Just keeping the 26-year-old at the club may be the best piece of business they can do. 5. Lille. French outfit Lille face the difficult prospect of constantly having to replace their best talent in order to keep their European ambitions alive. In the past 3 summers, they have collected a massive €313 million in player sales, while only reinvesting under half of that back into the squad. Following the loss of Nicolas Pepe and Rafa Leao in 2019, this window has seen Victor Osimhen depart for Napoli and Gabriel to Arsenal for a combined €96 million. Les Dogs have hit back, bringing in record signing Jonathan David from Belgian side Ghent, but the early signs are worrying for the young forward. So far, he has managed 2.3 unsuccessful touches per game and posted just 4 shots from 300 minutes of Liga action at the time of writing, failing to score and only hitting the target twice. And what's worse, recent striker additions Burak Yilmaz and Timothy Weah have only managed to score once in their opening games despite extensive opportunities. Fortunately, they have the talented duo of Jonathan Bamba and Luis Araujo to pick up the pieces, but Lille need their signings to work. There is every chance David will be a success, but with a €32 million price tag on his head, he will have to get to grips with French football sooner rather than later. 4. Manchester United. Unless Jadon Sancho magically appears in the final days of the window, most Man United fans will accept they have endured a poor summer. Their pursuit of the Borussia Dortmund winger has become a circus, with the German side admitting to being bemused by how United have handled negotiations. The Red Devils have missed numerous deadlines set for them to launch a formal bid, with the club failing in their cloak and dagger attempts to drive the asking price of £108 million down. The Englishman looks almost certain to be a Bundesliga star for another year. Even then, many fans would argue the Sancho money would have been better spent elsewhere. United have been crying out for a couple of new additions in defence, but so far, no one has appeared. They did sign Ajax midfielder Donny van de Beek for a remarkable €39 million, plus welcome back Dean Henderson to challenge De Gea. But you could argue neither were a matter of necessity. Considering the strengthening undertaking by all their top 4 rivals, United look like a side who will struggle to keep up the pace. 3. Schalke. 2020 has been a horrific year for Schalke. The Bundesliga outfit failed to win any of their final 16 games last season, losing on 9 occasions and limping to 12th in the table. Board executives announced this summer was a watershed moment for the club, as they look to slash spending that has seen the Royal Blues rack up reported debts of €200 million, a burden made no easier by the coronavirus pandemic. And so far, their transfer activity has screamed of a team in trouble. American hope Weston McKennie was sent to Juventus on an initial €5 million loan fee, while rising star Alexander Nubel quit to join Bayern Munich on a free. If that wasn't enough, gossip columns are continuously linking vital squad members like Ozan Kabak, Amin Harit and Suat Serdar with moves away, and it's likely at least one will depart. With no money available and salaries capped at €2.5 million a player per season, incomings have been a struggle. The free signing of a 36-year-old Vedat Ibisevic says it all. David Wagner's side were pummeled 8-0 by Bayern Munich on the opening day, a result that finally cost the German his job. It doesn't look like the future will get any brighter for Schalke for now. 2. Valencia. The award for the most comical window has to without question go to Valencia. The club's owner Peter Lim once again left fans speechless, after he reportedly told new boss Javi Gracia that every player bar Jose Gaya could be sold in order to balance the books. And he wasn't bluffing. So far, nearly €60 million has been raised thanks to the sales of Rodrigo to Leeds United and Francis Coquelin to Villarreal. But it is the loss of Ferran Torres and Dani Parejo that has particularly stunned fans of Los Che. Future star Torres was quickly dismissed to Man City for only €23 million, having rejected a new deal on Spain's East Coast, while club captain Parejo was left saying a teary goodbye after being allowed to join Villarreal on an inexplicable free transfer. The 31-year-old still had 2 years on his deal at the Mestalla to run, but Lim wanted him gone. To make matters worse, but for returning loanees, not a single player has arrived. Sergio Romero and Matteo Guendouzi have both been linked, but are nowhere to be seen. And there could be more exits before the summer is out. Javi Gracia has a huge job on his hands, as Valencia look on the brink of implosion once more. 1. West Ham United. Roaring in with easily the worst transfer window of any Premier League side are the hopeless romantics West Ham United. Owner David Sullivan has admitted to being depressed with the lack of additions, having only managed to make the loan signing of Thomas Souček permanent. He highlighted their difficulties in the market, including the puzzling pursuit of Burnley defender James Tarkowski, who the Clarets have made crystal clear is worth more than the €33 million they keep offering. Whether the Englishman would even want to join the Hammers is a different story altogether. However, the pick of their troubles is without doubt the selling of Grady Diangana to direct Premier League rivals West Brom. The 22-year-old academy product left for €18 million, having registered 14 goal involvements in the Baggies' promotion push. He is already on the score sheet for his new club this term, and even West Ham captain Mark Noble publicly voiced his dismay at the move. Gold and Sullivan may be grateful that no fans are allowed into the Olympic Stadium, as the frosty reception they would receive would be dire even by their standards. So guys, that was our 10 clubs who have had the worst window in this summer. What did you guys think of our list? Did we miss anyone out? Let me know in the comments down below. As I said earlier, don't forget to like the video, leave a comment and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.